In today's video, I want to talk all about advanced skincare and skincare customization. So if you feel like you want to take your skincare to the next level and really just use what technology has to offer in this day and age, in this society, watch this whole video and I'm going to go over exactly how to customize your skincare regimen to you. In today's video, I want to talk all about skincare customization and how to get that JLo glow. I love using JLo as an example for this because she just has the most beautiful, timeless glow to her skin. And I want to teach you little tips and tricks that her or other celebrities use, but in a more practical, affordable fashion. So let's get down to it and just go over the basics. The first thing I want to talk about is overuse of ingredients. Before we get into skincare customization, I want to talk about a few problems that can often hinder you from getting the skin you want. So we might read in magazines what the best ingredients are right now. We might hear from dermatologists. You might walk into Sephora and they could recommend different things, or you could see whatever your favorite celebrity like JLo or someone else is using. But oftentimes that causes us to use too many ingredients. And what's frustrating is like you think you're doing the right thing and you're spending money on these quality products, but there's a few things going on here. Number one, you're overspending on numerous products that probably have overlapping ingredients. And number two, those ingredients might not always work synergistically together. So if you've ever noticed when you eat too many foods that are different all at the same time, you're gonna get some kind of reaction, your stomach might react to it. It's kind of the same as your skin. If you're using too many different active ingredients and your skin doesn't know how to handle it because it's got one thing from this end and one thing from this end, you might get a little bit of redness or irritation. So if you feel like you're using these high quality products and then your skin's reacting and it's getting itchy or flaky or inflamed, that could be the first thing to notice. Look through and just see exactly what's in each product. Are you overusing them? Are there too many? That could be the first thing. The next is that when you're talking about drugs, medication, skincare ingredients, which are at the end of the day, medication. So when you're talking about how they work together, there's something called synergistic effect and antagonistic effect. So when something has synergy, that means that the two of them work together to have a more powerful effect. So this one's great, but together they're even better. Sometimes they can work great and together not make a difference, but other times this one could be great, this one could be great, and then when they work together, they actually cancel each other out or cause negative effects in other ways and how they react together. It's almost just a drug interaction, but you could have a drug interaction with your skincare. So these are little things I want you to pay attention to, and I don't mean this to stress you out. We're gonna go over the solution to that because obviously you're not gonna go look up every drug interaction of every skincare ingredient, but I just wanted to give you a little background as to why skincare customization is so important. Okay, so now let's get into skincare customization. So when you see someone like JLo or any other celebrity who has this really beautiful skin, obviously they have access to a lot of things a lot of other people don't, like customized skincare, like dermatologists, estheticians that are really focused on their skin. Now, this used to be a lot more difficult for everyone else to have access to or get the same kind of options, but now there's so many great options available to us, which is why I was so excited to make this video, because I think that you can really take advantage of what's out there and how much like just the online space and access that everyone has to all sorts of customizable products. So the product I want to talk about is Proven Skincare. That's what I've got in front of me today. I've been using this for the last few months, really been trying and testing it out, have had amazing results, and I want to share just exactly how it works. So basically, Proven Skincare, you can go onto their website and they have AI technologies. So Proven Skincare calls this their Skin Genome Project. It's like the most advanced AI technology there is for skincare. It even won the MIT Award in 2018. It's really advanced and really incredible. I've tried it for myself, so I'm giving you my honest opinion of it. I think you guys will be really impressed. AI is artificial intelligence. This is different than just going on and having a consult with like a nurse or a doctor or an esthetician. That's readily available, and there are a lot of options like that where you can go on and they can talk to you, but you're always not getting that like real connection with the person, because even if you're FaceTiming, it's just not the same. What I think is really cool about Proven is the sophistication to their data and how they can analyze your skin. Like this is really, really specific to them. They have so much technology that goes behind this. You basically go on and just fill out every question. Almost annoyingly, you have to fill out every little detail about your skin, what your concerns are. Do you travel often? Where do you live? What's your climate like? And you go on and just answer question after question. Then they have this database that completely analyzes you, your age, your gender, all of your environmental factors, your ethnicity. And they have literally over 20,000 ingredients that they choose from. So it's not just like you're going to get one of 10. Like this is very, very advanced. You're getting something completely customized to you. I highly doubt any two people would get the exact same ingredients unless you are identical twins that live the exact same life. But even then it'd be off because maybe one gets a little more breakouts than others. Like that's how specific it gets. So you go online, you fill out all this questionnaire, they customize your products to you, then they tell you exactly what the ingredients are and what they're helping you for. So I also like that you can learn and see and really get to know your skincare, because at the end of the day, a doctor can prescribe you something. I can tell you what to do and I can give you all of my advice, but if you don't really understand it and like get to learn it on your own, you're never gonna get as good results. I actually want to do a video just on my skincare medicine cabinets. I have 2 medicine cabinets in my bathroom that I installed, and they're just all my skincare, and I've organized them like into 4 different shelves. I've got all my cleansers, all my step 2s, all my serums, all my actives, and then my moisturizers. And I don't always use the same thing. Like I have my general base that I go through, but I can really just kind of feel and figure out what my skin needs that morning, that night, and I look through, and in the way I just have like an intuition about it now. And it wasn't like I was born with this. Like I've studied it and learned it, so you can really get to a point where you understand what you're using, and then you know what to alter and what to not. The other cool thing about Proven is that they check up with you constantly to reassess your skin. So let's say you're using something and your climate that month is cold and then it changes, or maybe you move, maybe you're traveling. They're always kind of reassessing and figuring out what's best for you. Okay, so I wanted to share with you what I use and what my personal skincare is. They literally go through every single ingredient that they put in each of your products specifically and why they're using it. So I'll tell you what my skincare concerns were and why I'm using it. So this is my personalized cleanser, and it basically goes through what my concerns were. So I wanted to target fine lines and wrinkles because I want to prevent it. So that's always something I personally put in my assessment. I like to choose fine lines and wrinkles just so I'm staying ahead of the game. Hyperpigmentation, because you know it's the death of me and it will not go away ever. So hyperpigmentation is always something. Water hardness, I wanted to target because in California, sometimes our water isn't always clean. And if I don't have my shower filter, I want to target something like that. Pollution exposure, because I live in the middle of Los Angeles, and as much as I love my city, there is pollution. And firmness and elasticity. So then it even goes through of everything that I wanted to target, it categorizes them, and some things will overlap. Like some ingredients are used numerous times for firmness and elasticity, so it'll show you, like, it just really teaches you what you're using everything for. So mine, I have grapefruit extract, mandelic acid, hyaluronic acid. I even put on here the amount of air travel that I have, and one thing we did was put in Tasmanian pepper and glycerin, which I thought was really cool. I put lack of sleep because there are some times that I'm not getting a lot of sleep when I'm just working like a maniac. And we put in some ginseng and green tea, which will give you like a boost of energy. I also added on here that sometimes I do experience higher levels of stress. I think everyone does. So for me specifically, we added lavender oil and rose oil. And there's actually more ingredients than that. That's another thing I want to point out. Even though it's customized to you and we're not over adding ingredients, there are still enough ingredients to get you everything you want. One other point I want to make about over adding ingredients is that if you think about something, like let's say you were making a recipe and you wanted to put 10 ingredients. Obviously, the more ingredients you put, the more diluted each ingredient's going to be. So if you add too many, you're going to dilute the active ingredient that you actually need, which is why it's so important to just put in what you need. That doesn't mean you can't have a lot. Like this has over 10 ingredients, but they're everything I need. So I'm not wasting any space in this formula for things that I don't really need. So the next thing was my personalized SPF, and that's this one. I'm telling you right now, this is one of the best SPFs I've ever used, and I'll tell you why. You know that there's physical and chemical sunscreen, and chemical sunscreen, while we try to avoid it, gives you a nicer finish. It's cleaner, it doesn't leave that white chalkiness, it glides on like a little, it just gives you more of a glow. But you know, it takes like 15 minutes to kick in. It's not as good for you, whereas physical sunscreen is more of a block. It works right away, but it can tend to leave you like a little chalky and white. This one is so cool because it's actually a blend of both. So it's got the zinc oxide, which is a physical sunscreen, but it's also got the chemical. So I like the fact that it has a little bit of both in a blend, and it picks specific percentages of what I need. We also went through different things in my sunscreen, so it's not just a sunscreen. It also has some other actives. We also took into consideration digital pollution. so digital, that light is still hitting your face, and that's something that we need to pay more attention to. We also took into consideration firmness and elasticity, air travel, temperature, sensitivity. So also one thing to point out is that you don't only target things in each step. Like, it's not like your cleanser will target brightness and your sunscreen will target sensitivity. Like, sometimes you can overlap, and that's really what this like very advanced database is doing to help you figure out and make it the most effective. So one thing I noticed about this sunscreen, after using it all day and running around, normally when I come home after being out and about, especially if I'm like in downtown or in the city, my skin can feel really like clogged and congested. I'm sure if you live in New York City or any other city or in LA, you know that feeling. But with the anti-pollution ingredients, it was something so subtle and so creative that I never thought of to like think about in my skincare. And I just felt like I didn't feel as dirty from the air, if that makes sense. So I really appreciated that. And just another skincare tip to give you guys, it's always good to have your actives, if you are doing this on your own, it's good to have your actives in your moisturizer or cream, less in your cleanser, because if you think about it, your cleanser, you put on quickly and then you rinse off. So yes, it's having some effect, but the one that's really gonna sit on your skin and like absorb, and then you use your jade roller and you really get it in there and you're just good to go. And then the last one we have is the night cream. So basically the way this works is you use your cleanser and then you've got your daytime moisturizer / SPF and then your nighttime cream. So it's a really like simple, basic, everything you need, but in 3 steps. So my personalized night cream, I like to target different things at night, like tiredness, lack of sleep, energy. I tried to focus on those. So some of the ingredients we have in here are copper tripeptide, licorice. Licorice can be really good for vasoconstriction and getting rid of redness, so that's something you could use at night. We also have the lavender oil, rose oil, ylang-ylang oil, and spikenard oil, and that's for sensitivity and stress. And I also like having soothing oils and things on my skin at night, so that's really nice. And green tea, vitamin E, niacinamide. I'm gonna put up all of the ingredients that I have in mind, even though really it doesn't matter because you have to get something customized to you, but I think it's interesting so I can show you. Another thing they do is give you all of the ingredients, but then you can see the full list. So there's actually 18 more than what I'm seeing here, but they're including the most important ones that I think you'll want to pay attention to. But if you want to see them all, you can see the full list. So this is the night cream. One thing I really noticed about the night cream that I really liked was that it's not scented. So it's good and bad, meaning like sometimes you want something to smell nice, but at the same time, the less scented things are, the more I feel like they're clean and really just focus on your skincare. It almost has like a bit of like a spicy smell. I actually think I can smell the licorice. I'm pretty sure that's what it is. It's interesting. It smells very like clean and active and not like overly scented. As much as I love like luxurious products, especially like French skincare, and it's like it smells so nice, like sometimes it's not really doing anything, so I want to focus on the actual ingredients. I notice that when I use this night cream at night and I wake up, my skin feels like very plump and hydrated, if that makes sense. Like it feels like a really good thick cream. Like I like having a thick cream or oil on when I go to bed, but that doesn't clog your pores. So it kind of gave me that perfect balance personally. So Proven is really great. It's really accessible. It's affordable. It's getting advanced personalized skincare from the access of your own house. They have a team of doctors, scientists, data technologists, everyone working to make this a really cool advanced system. So highly recommend trying it. I'll put the link below this video to check it out yourself. I'll also list below my ingredients that I use if you guys are just curious and want to see what my personalized skincare is. If you have any questions on anything from this video, even if it's just ingredients and what ingredients are best used for what skin ailments, let me know and I'll try to answer. I try to answer the first like 30 to 50 within the first hour. So if you turn on my notifications, watch the video, leave your question right away, I'll be sure to answer your concern and then we can have a little conversation in the comments. I hope you guys like this video. Please like, comment, and subscribe, and I will see you next time.